Okay, we are now going to continue with our demonstration of how to draw one-point perspective boxes in space. Earlier we looked at a video where you drew this particular box right here, and I told you to draw one on the left hand side above the horizon line, one below the horizon line on the left hand side, and one below the horizon line on the right hand side, with all four boxes going to the same vanishing point. Now we're going to draw three more boxes. One of them I've already drawn right here. This is a box that is in front of the vanishing point below the horizon line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to draw this kind of box by drawing it up here. The same rules apply to these boxes as it does to this box and this box. The only difference is that it's the placement of the box. The box is in front. And because it's in front and because the sides are so skinny and so sloped, it makes it seem strange. Like here, the sides are really big and really long. Here, the sides are really foreshortened because the box is coming toward you. Okay? So let's go ahead and draw a box here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the front of a box. So we're going to take our ruler, and what are we going to do to the end of the ruler to make sure that our vertical edge is parallel to the sides of the paper and parallel to the vertical sides of each and every box on this page? We're going to butt it up. So we're going to take the ruler and make sure we make it perfectly flush, perfectly even with this page. It doesn't go beyond the page, it doesn't go below the page, it is perfectly even with the page. We butt it up like this. We bring a vertical line down like so. All right. Now do not have this line perfectly lined up with the vanishing point. If so, it's going to cause you confusion. You could still do it, but it will cause you confusion. So now let's draw a twin over here. We're going to butt up our ruler with the top of the page. We could do the bottom, but we're close to the top, so it makes more sense to do it at the top. Let's draw another line right over here parallel to this one. Now if we butted up a ruler, these lines are perfectly parallel to each other and to the left and right vertical sides of the page. Now we're not going to just automatically connect these. Remember, we're going to take our ruler and we're going to butt it up either with the left side of the page or the right side of the page. You pick. I'm going to choose the right side of the page just because I think it'd be easier for you to see that. I'm not going to choose the longer line. I'm going to choose the shorter line. So I'm going to take my ruler, get it perfectly even or flush with the end of the page, butt it up perfectly even with it. And then I am going to connect this line to this line. Now I had extra left over, so I'm going to get rid of that. Now remember, if these lines are crooked, your boxes are incorrect, and you'll have to redo them all over again. Now we are going to draw the top of the box. Again, we take our ruler and we either make it flush or even or butt it up with the left-hand side or the right-hand side. Doesn't matter which side, just pick a side. And again, if you're drawing this on a separated piece of paper, it'd probably be a lot easier. If you're doing this on a spiral bound sketchbook, you're going to have to butt this ruler up with those rectangular cuts that are inside of the page. Alright, so now we've drawn the face of the box. So what we're going to do next is we are now going to connect all four corners to this vanishing point. Let's start with the bottom corners first. Put your pencil on the corner so that way you know your pencil's touching the corner. Have it go straight to the vanishing point just like the other points did. Then put your pencil on this corner. Put your ruler against that corner. Take it to the vanishing point just like so. Now these are solid lines because we can see the bottom of the box. This is like a long box going off into infinity. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and connect these two corners, but because they are technically behind the face and the bottom of the box, they're going to be dotted lines. So we put our pencil on this corner, just like we did all the other boxes, take it to the vanishing point, and make dotted lines. Keep them pretty close together. It'll make it easier for you to connect the back of the box on later. And we're going to do the same thing to this box, to this corner of the box, and we're going to make dotted lines going really close together. Now as you can see, this is a wide space, this is a narrow space. Why is this space so narrow? Because this side of the box is so close to that vanishing point. If I had lined this side up with the vanishing point, I wouldn't even see a side. It would be perfectly even with my line of sight and I wouldn't even have it. But this is what happens and it looks weird, so we don't know what to do with it. Well, here's what you do. You're going to do the same thing to this box that you did to this one. You're going to put a back on there. Just like you had a square or rectangle in the front, you're going to have a square or rectangle in the back. Just like you had a twin brother on the left, you're going to have a twin brother on the left back here. Just like you had a twin brother on the right, side here, you're going to have a twin brother on the right side and the back over here. So let's start with an easy one. Let's start with this one. We always follow the corners of the line on the front of the box toward the vanishing point, and that tells us that this line connects to this line. The reason why we know it's these two is because these twins have to connect to each other to create the bottom of the box. So take your ruler and butt it up either with the left or right hand side of the page, and put your fingers down, spread your fingers out so it doesn't slide. You might even want to just double check and see if it looks parallel to it. Double check this again, make sure it's even, and then connect all the way across. How do you know which lines to connect? Because this twin and this twin, their corners will touch each other and head toward the vanishing point. Now, the easiest line to do next would be this line, because we can see a lot of that side. So we take this line right here, we follow this corner to the vanishing point, it's going to pick up where we left off, and it's going to connect to this dotted line right here. Now, is it going to be below this line? Is it going to be above this line? Or is it going to be right on the line? Well, it just depends. We don't know yet, so let's find out. So we put our pencil right here. We're going to make this one's twin. It's going to come straight up. It's vertical just like he's vertical. So we take our ruler, put our pencil right here, butt it up either with the top or bottom of the page. I'll choose the top so you can see that easier. And then we'll make a dotted line, and we'll go up until it hits the dotted line. Now, the dotted line is right there. So technically, that line should stop right here, right before it gets to this line in this case. There's a chance yours may have went to the line or even above it. It just depends on where you put the box in relation to the vanishing point. But the thing you have to remember is that this vertical line and this vertical line, they're twins because their bottoms connect, the bottom of their corners connect, and the top of their corners connect, and this is like the left-hand side of the box on the inside of the box. Now we have two lines left to make. I'd say we do the top one first because it's easier. You follow the corners to the vanishing point. Follow this corner to the vanishing point, and it stops right here. That's where it connects to the one we just made. You follow this line toward the vanishing point, it's this dotted line. So it's going to have to go straight across because its twin goes straight across. It's horizontal too. So we take our ruler, we're going to butt it up. I'm going to pick the right-hand side. You can pick the left if you want. Butt it up. Make a dotted line until you hit this dotted line. Why this dotted line? Why not the solid line? Well, because this line is supposed to be a twin to him. And just like the corners connect, this corner must connect. And it has to stop right there. That leaves there only one side left. Just like we had a twin here, a twin here, and a twin here. There's only one line left to make to finish it, and that's this line. So this line and this line must connect. The corner goes all the way down to this line. That's where it must start. You take the twin, here's the bottom corner, you go down to here, that's where this line stopped, so it has to be from here to here. If you've kept every vertical line perfectly parallel to each other, and you've kept every horizontal line perfectly parallel to each other, and if every line hit the vanishing point right here, then it should turn out correctly. Take your ruler, butt it up at the top or bottom of your page. I'm going to choose the top so you can see it. And then bring it straight down. And then you've got a box in the center going toward the vanishing point. This one is very similar. I just made it bigger. If you make it bigger, it will make it a little easier for you because you'll have more side. You'll be able to see it. Whereas up here, it was a little trickier to do because it had such a skinny side. So it just depends on where you put the face of the box in relation to the vanishing point. All right, you only need to do one more box. You got to do this one and this one. Okay, this one you're going to do on your own. We're going to do one more over here. You can pick the left or right side. That's up to you. I'm going to pick the left side just because I think it'll be easier to draw it. This box is going to straddle the horizon line. Well, what do you mean, Mr. Norris? Well, I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to butt it up. I'm going to go kind of quick. I'm going to make a vertical line here that straddles the horizon line. I'm going to do another one next to it. Butt my ruler up at the top, just like I have all the other boxes. Got it. Now I'm going to draw the bottom of the box. I'm going to butt my ruler up with the left-hand side, just because I'm closer to the left-hand side, but I could do the right if I wanted to. There's the bottom of the box. I take my ruler, I butt it up again with the left-hand side of the page, or it could be the right. Connect this one to this one. I don't need this extra bit here. I can get rid of that. Now, if I want to keep things less confusing, I can go ahead and erase the horizon line out of that box. Now, just like with all the other boxes, I'm going to connect all four corners to the vanishing point. So here I go. I put my pencil on this corner, take it to the same vanishing point, solid line. The bottom corner, I take it all the way to the vanishing point, spread my fingers out, solid line. Now, right now it looks like a box that's going into infinity. Well, eventually we'll cut it off, but before we do, we're going to go ahead and make this box look like it's see-through. So we're going to connect this corner and this corner to this vanishing point. And these are going to be dotted lines because they're behind the box. So I put my pencil on this corner. I'll go ahead and do it from this point of view so you can see it better. I take my ruler to this corner to the vanishing point. It's a good idea to have your pencil already on here. Take it and make a dotted line to your vanishing point. Do the same thing with the top. Take your ruler. I would probably try to put your pencil on here first if you can. Make a dotted line going to the vanishing point. Alright, so what we've got now, we've got the face of the box. We've got, this is going to be the ceiling that's going all the way back. This is the floor going all the way back. Well, what we're going to do now, we're going to put a back on the box like we have the rest of the boxes. So let's start with this one because it's the easiest one. This one is the only solid line we're going to have. So we follow the corners back to the vanishing point. We pick a spot and say, okay, it's got to go from here to here. Can we make it crooked? No. It has to be perfectly what to this line? It has to be perfectly parallel. So we take it, butt up at the bottom, solid line. Okay, if we were making a solid box, we'd be done. We could erase this away, and we can go ahead and erase the horizon line. You can do that if you want to. But we're going to make this a see-through box. So just like we have a front of the box, we're going to have a back of the box, just like we did all the rest of the boxes. Okay, so what we're going to do is now, let's do the bottom of the box. So we've made this twin, so let's make this line next. Take the corners, follow them to the vanishing point. It's got to pick up where this one left off, and it's going to go to this dotted line wherever the ruler takes us. Take our ruler, butt it up, put our pencil on the corner right there, butt it up with either the left or right hand side, dotted line, and it's going to stop when it hits this dotted line. And why? Because this is the twin we were making. This twin and this twin, their corners touch here, their corners touch here. So we've done this twin, now we're going to do this twin. We're going to go straight up. We follow these two corners back. It's going to start right here where that line touches that one. It's going to go straight up and it's going to stop here, not here, here. Why? Because this twin corner goes to the vanishing point here. This doesn't go to the vanishing point. This does. So we take our ruler, we butt it up with either the top or the bottom of the page. I'll do the top so you can see it better. Dotted line, butt it up, spread my fingers out a little bit. Dotted line, so it hits this dotted line. And then the very last line we have to make is this one because we've made 1, 2, 3, now we're going to do 4. It's going to go straight across. If we've kept every vertical line parallel and we've kept every horizontal line parallel, and if we made sure every convergence line went to the vanishing point, these lines should be perfectly across from each other. So let's take our ruler, butt it up at the left hand side of the page, bring it down, make a dotted line from here to here, and now we have got a box. Don't erase away all the lines, but you can erase a little part of them where they touch. And what we've got is we've got a box that is on the horizon. This would be like as if we were standing on the ground looking at a large box that was on the same ground with us. This is below us, so this is a bird's eye view. This is above us, so this is a worm's eye view. This is just on the same level as we are. So these are the 7 boxes you should have done in 1-point perspective. Once you've finished all 7 of these and know you've done them accurately, you can submit them and turn them in. Thank you very, very much, and good luck to you.